What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley, and I am wired on 3 cups of coffee, Scott. Let's go, everybody. You can join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, happy Friday, brother.
Oh, another week has come and gone so quickly.
Dude.
You know, what have you been playing? Are you still on Valhalla?
Yeah, dude, I'm still grinding my way. I'm over the 100-hour hump of Valhalla now. Back in there, they dropped the DLC. I'm like, yo, I'm still working on the story. Here I go, because I got some cool cosmetics I can get. Yo, I got a new crow I'm now hunting for. I'm like, yeah, I want that thing. This thing like glow. It looks so cool. So yeah, I'm into that. I'm still plugging away the story, still enjoying that because I like that.
That's okay. There's still a few more years before another Assassin's Creed.
No, we're getting one this fall, as rumors. September 10th, dude. September 10th, I think, is going to be the big reveal. We're going to get Basim's side story, and we're going to figure out what's going on. But I'm going to break your heart. Are you ready?
No.
Me, Crystal, Nate, and Kyle all played Siege without you last night, dude.
Oh man,
I'm so sorry, but I said last night, I'm like, oh, Scott's not gonna be happy about this one.
Well, at the same time though, you guys have to keep practiced for me so I can be towed along.
That's right. Yeah, I know your shoulders gotta be pretty heavy carrying us the whole time. Scott, coming up on today's episode, buddy, Embracer Group suggests Knights of the Old Republic remake could still be in development. There's a Metal Gear VR mod in the wild, and Tales from the Borderlands 2 could be coming this year. Yo, this is a good show, man. And to top it all off, I even put Marvel's Avengers in here. Yo, it must be Friday. Yo, let's get going.
If we have Metal Gear, talk of Metal Gear in there, we might be able to survive it.
Fair enough. Embracer reports suggest that KOTOR remake isn't delayed after all. This comes from Tyler over at PC Gamer. The company's recent report suggests it's moved to a new developer. Despite a recent Bloomberg report that Knights of the Old Republic remake was, quote, delayed indefinitely, end quote, the game might still be on the way this year. According to the financial report from Embracer Group, the IP hungry parent company of the studios working on the game, quote, one of the group's AAA projects has transitioned to another studio within the group, end quote, and that isn't expecting any material delay. Yeah, it says material delays for the title based on this transition. The company said that the delay was to ensure the quality bar is where we need it to be for the title. That's typical speak. Let's keep going because there's a lot more kind of unpack here. That sure sounds like it could be the result of what Bloomberg called a studio shakeup after the project suddenly lost 2 directors after the higher-ups were unimpressed with the vertical slice or the internal demo to showcase the progress of the game. As a result, developers at the studio told Bloomberg they didn't expect it to come out until 2025. Embracer didn't say what developer the project has moved to, but it could be Saber Interactive, who we know started working on the game alongside Aspyr in May. At the time, Saber called the remake a massive project that would be required a lot of effort and time to make good. Scott, the Knights of the Old Republic remake has one trailer, and that's kind of all you got. But I found over on Twitter, as well as I was scouring the internet, like we often do for the show, Jason Schreier chimes in and tweets at PC Gamer themselves, the Knights of the Old Republic remake is absolutely not coming this year. Then followed up after that was Steven Totillo. Yo, I'm telling you, these guys got the inside knowledge and the inside scoop. So PC Gamer might be a little off on this one, but Steven Totillo also commented, say Embracer CEO yesterday explicitly said the game that shifted studios, he wouldn't name it as KOTOR. Was not the remaining AAA game that the fiscal year, which is Dead Island 2, delayed to fall or winter, Scott. So it's, dude, there's a lot of confusion going on right now with Embracer Group, what they're talking about, what's kind of in the works, and where their destinations are all heading towards for KOTOR. Who's working on it? Are they working on it? Is this even what they're talking about, or is it really just Dead Island? And that's what shifted studios.
Yeah, it seems like there's just a little bit of internal communications that are not being officiated. So we may have heard this from some of the lower level employees that, well, it's not coming till 2025, but maybe they don't have quite an accurate scope of it. You only know what's in your immediate bubble, perhaps.
Sure.
But Embracer taking a huge amount of development studios very recently, they have the power to, perhaps shuffle the cards, put them all together in the right way.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens. It's definitely an interesting little thing. I don't think we will see KOTOR remake at all this year. I wasn't expecting it this year. Were you?
No, not because of the scope of the project and how
Yeah.
they want to update it so much. I kind of expect it to be 2023 at the very soonest.
Yeah, at the earliest, I would think. But I think we'll only
still,
maybe see
that's
another
even-
slice of it, right?
Yeah. Even still, that's pushing it very early.
Absolutely, as I don't think we'll.
Are we ever going to get a KOTOR 3?
I don't. Okay, so I've confessed this on the show before. I've never played KOTOR, so I was kind of looking forward to jumping into this remake, see what it's all about. And then we heard it's been completely delayed to who knows when. Not expecting to get it at all. Embracer sweeps in, gets the IP. Now they're still maybe continuing, or they're going to shift it to a new studio. But at the same time, is that conception portrayed to be the wrong game, and it's actually Dead Island 2 that's been shifted, and we still don't know anything about KOTOR, if that even still exists? Have they canceled it, just delayed it for a little bit, got to rework the thing? Like, what's, because we heard some rumblings, like we said, right, from Bloomberg saying that, this isn't, Bloomberg said it wasn't going right. They actually kind of scrapped it for a little bit to see what's going on now with the future of it, which was really disappointing because, dude, everybody's looking for this game. Like, everybody wants a piece of this childhood memories, all the memories from way back in the day when it was originally released to the world. It took the world by storm, man.
It must have been over 20 years ago now, because that was on the original Xbox. So it's surprising that everybody still remembers that game. It must have had such a big piece in history at some point. It's like Time Splitters. Everybody remembers and loves Time Splitters.
Bro, again, owned by Embracer Group. Maybe one day we'll see it.
Right? Oh, if they want to print money, there's a few ways to do it.
Well, yeah, KOTOR is one. We'll see what happens. It sounds like there's a bit of a mix-up if you talk to the actual company versus some of the press. When you got Steven and Jason talking about, no, this is actually Dead Island 2. This isn't KOTOR at all that they're talking about. So, man, still a lot to unfold as Embracer keeps gobbling up studios. Like, it's an interesting little take.
I want to know where I can pre-order Dead Island 2 right now.
Yeah.
I don't believe it exists, but somebody take my money.
Yeah. Scott, this just in, ITG bought by Embracer Group. So, yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, all right, let's get on to Metal Gear, dude. One of our favorite games of all time. Metal Gear Solid VR mod would break even Hideo Kojima's brain. This is an interesting little spin, dude. I did not see this one coming.
When I saw this, man, I can tell you, I was surprised, ecstatic. I think is the right term.
Surprised. This comes from Claire over at Kotaku. Yo, go check out her article. She had a massive write-up. I'm like, I'm just kind of picking and choosing, and even then I'm like, wow, there's a lot to unpack here. I can think of no better fit for an immersive VR experience than Metal Gear Solid, a video game series that is often about simulations, distinguishing truth from falsehood, and literally virtual reality. Without a doubt,
I'm remembering there's virtual reality things you could load up as Raiden.
Yep, absolutely. They had a VR training mode in the game.
Yeah.
The Metal Gear Solid mod, created by modder Holly DH, marries the style of aesthetics and of the first Metal Gear Solid adventure with the highly technical, very realistic feeling physics and advanced virtual body simulation of popular VR game Boneworks. Did you check out Boneworks?
I didn't actually start that one up, which is disappointing to myself because Boneworks was one I believe I might have told you guys about it. It was made by KOTOR Crew, or at least a lot of the members from KOTOR Crew, which is a YouTube channel I've followed for a decade now. So I really want to get into Boneworks, and this is kind of the last excuse I needed to do it.
Dude, you can play Metal Gear Solid. So the nuts and bolts of this mod itself are made with original code, but Holly DH describes the work as building off the efforts of passionate modders and digital archaeologists who've combed through the original game to bring these environments to life like never before. Yeah, man,
Delicious.
going back to Shadow Moses in VR would be incredible. That work goes back for more than a decade, Holly HD said. I'm like the little guy on the giant's shoulder. I met fellow Metal Gear Solid modder Vapor and got into the actual creation of the mod a bit more than a year ago. But I began working seriously on it only at the end of last year. He added that the mod has become an awesome hobby that he works on nearly every day. Dude.
Yeah, that's quite a passion project. I would love to work on anything like that, of course.
Huge jump, right? Like a huge transition into going from I'll just kind of putter around to nope, I'm all in. This could change Holly DH's probably life if Hideo gets word of this and see what's going on. There might be some things in the future for this person, and
I just hope Konami doesn't come down smiting with the gavel.
You kind of, that's the other side of it, right? You take a beloved IP like this and then all of a sudden you mod it. Sometimes it doesn't hit well with the actual owners of the IP. That's the problem. So hopefully,
I would like to see the
hacker
hacker scenario. I want to see the hacker scenario take on where, okay, you did a great job with that mod. Come work for us. We'll make
absolutely.
number 2 together.
Yeah. Oh man, just
join me and we will rule the galaxy.
I want to go back and play this in VR. Like I think this would be absolutely mind blowing. Man, oh man!
Can you imagine the videos
cool.
I'm gonna make with the Snake voice playing as Snake? It's as close as we can get to cosplay, but even better in my opinion.
Dude, it looks great too, right? Like the way they're moving and everything transitions and feels, or looks, at least it looks like it feels good.
Very smooth, very organic. Yeah, I don't like that stuttery, or it feels like your arm's just stuck and you're kind of just moving it around. No, it looks smooth. Now I haven't played Boneworks, but I know Boneworks is very physics oriented. There's a lot of subsystems running to kind of make it more reality.
It's got a lot of high praise in the VR community, so they pulled off of a great game already, and then modded it over to make Metal Gear, which is incredible. So we'll see what happens in the future of that one. I'm curious to see where their future lies. They're gonna keep working on the game. Once you take in a tour, selecting campaign triggers the room's secret door, in which the main game led you to the showdown with Sniper Wolf. Here, it warps you to the opening level of the game where Snake first touched down on Shadow Moses. Oh, dude. Like, oh, man. This game...
Every single scene that's described, I'm like, oh, yeah, goosebumps. I want to go back so bad.
Dude, this game changed my life. Honestly, like the original changed my life and how I perceive video games in the future, where they're going. And this is kind of why I'm here today. It's one of those experiences that I was like, wow, like this isn't just, everybody loves Mario, but I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then you get into this storytelling and it just changed the landscape for me. And
when it's Metal Gear, it's like, okay, I'll put my cell phone down. This is enough.
I'm in. Man. Oh yeah, it was awesome. Scott, let's jump into Tales from the Borderlands, buddy. It's coming in October, according to Amazon. Someone at Amazon is probably in trouble.
Whoopsie. Another unofficial communication.
Oh, man. Yep. One hand isn't talking to the other, apparently. New Tales from the Borderlands is set to release on October 21st, according to a listing on Amazon. Good for us. Bad news for whoever just kind of leaked that. The listing has since been removed, but luckily the internet is faster than a speeding finger hitting delete. For starters, there will be a pre-order incentive.
Let that be a lesson to everybody as well. If it's on the internet, it's there forever. Everybody, be careful with what you say to each other.
There's a couple things. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Pre-order incentives called the Adventure Capital Pack that comes with cosmetics for the characters Anu, Octavio. Thank you. I do. You know, we were just talking about Metal Gear, and I was reading that the whole time, and then I'm of course thinking of Doc Ock. And Fran, it also comes with 10,000 in-game currency, as well as a flak Vaultlander collectible for use in game. So there's things to come here, Scott. According to the listing, the narrative-driven adventure is set in the war-torn metropolis of Promethea. You will control all 3 characters, of course, in the worst day of their lives by helping the characters try to change the world and maybe even save it. No big surprise there, is there?
Well, I go to, I hope the end game isn't just a complete subversion into a useless boss fight that lasts 10 seconds.
If it's Tales from the Borderlands, right?
1 will still sting, but I think with each successive Borderlands, they fixed a lot of the issue.
Did you ever play Tales from the Borderlands?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh man, it was.
I think
so
you
good.
did though. That was one that you pointed out because I don't believe you're into Borderlands otherwise.
Not at all. I'm not. But Telltale made this, and I was like, I'm gonna check it out, dude. It was so well written. It was
big
funny.
fan of Telltales here.
I love Telltale, and now that they're gone but kind of back, I'm curious to see where the future of that company lies. I guess they got a lot in the works, right? They got Tales from Borderlands 2. They got The Expanse. Will we ever see The Walking Dead again?
The Expanse is what I'm so excited for. The Walking Dead, though, that's the big one.
Well, will we ever see them? Will they have that IP come back into their world? But right now, they're also working on. Dude, I had it. I just went blank. The Wolf Among Us 2. That's it.
Oh, that's the one for me. The Expanse is like a big question mark, but I think I'm gonna like it. But
yeah, I know.
The Wolf Among Us, I know I like.
I'm definitely curious to see where that one lies. Right, the Expanse is. It sounds like it's something I should enjoy, so I'm curious. But the new Tales from the Borderlands will be made for PC, PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. Everything, almost. Yeah, we'll go there, Scott.
Yeah, no Vita or Linux.
No, rest in peace, Vita. Mine still lives. It still lives. I'm just saying. But dude, let's apparently what still lives too is Marvel's Avengers.
That's kind of a surprise.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of definitely curious to see what's going on here, but a new patch came. Well, it's not out yet, but they talked about it. They just released a press release. I'm like, they're releasing news on Twitter that isn't a skin, so let's check it out. Now that Jane Foster's the Mighty Thor has joined our timeline and is rampaging through AIM's forces, we wanted to provide some further details on our and AIM's future plans and initial glimpses of the next playable hero, the Winter Soldier. That's right, Bucky's coming over, which is cool. That's nice to see. But again, it's just another character, right?
That's the only Captain America movie I've seen, The Winter Soldier.
What?
I think that is it? That was probably 15 years ago.
Man, what is wrong with you? Our next update will be 2.6 and is currently expected to release in September. It will introduce the No Rest for the Wicked Warzone, a new villain-focused adventure for all players. The Scientist Supreme is running out of resources and clones and takes further risk to secure AIM's power. Monica has recovered MODOK from San Francisco Bay with plans to revive him for use as a weapon against the Avengers. Our heroes must put an end to the plans before the mutation maddening genius returns. Scott, a couple things happening. Dude, I didn't see it coming, but I downloaded
it does sound like
the game.
Real content.
It kind of, I'm like, so I downloaded Marvel's Avengers again. I'm like,
at this point, I think you have to see it through. That's the only thing that's right.
I'm like, I got to see what's going on, right? Another hero, another villain sector. Okay, so what? You do this one boss fight and that's kind of it? Like the only real major advancement we've seen with Marvel's Avengers was Black Panther, the DLC there, and it was amazing. It was really good, and you kind of thought maybe this is the return that we're kind of hoping for, right? This is going to be the part that pulls us all in and hopefully move us forward into whatever kind of happens next with Avengers, and then it just died off. Here's another hero, here's another hero, here's another hero, here's Spider-Man. That was it. Thanks for coming out, right? So it's kind of like
I can't believe that Spider-Man was a miss. It should have been so easy to sell. And make it just giant.
Kyle calls you and says, dude, they're all on Disney Plus.
Who has Disney Plus these days?
A lot of people. Actually, just passed Netflix.
I don't have Netflix. Yeah, the only thing that I have is Spotify nowadays.
So Disney Plus just surpassed Netflix, I saw, as for subscriber base. Yeah.
Okay, that's major.
Right? That's a huge milestone. So for them to surpass Netflix is a big move. But dude, they got some of the biggest IPs in the world. So surprised? Not really.
Makes sense.
Right? I'm not really surprised. But yeah, we'll see. I've downloaded Marvel's Avengers. Scott, it's on Game Pass, dude. You gonna get it? Here's the thing: does it have
I'm so
crossplay?
curious, but
Does it have crossplay?
that's good to know. I want to say it does, but it's hard to assume that nowadays. For example, Battlefield 2042 does not have crossplay, and that was a very strange situation to me.
It still says no. Oh man.
You know, I really don't understand why I can't just start my Xbox up in one mode.
I don't know.
Like similar to how I can run it as a 360.
What?
As soon as you put a 360 disc in there, it turns and boots over, and it. Yeah. Why can't I be Xbox One if I put an Xbox One game in there? I don't get it.
I don't know. Today's struggles, I tell you. Dude, let's look over what's happening. More leaks are hitting the internet, Scott, and it never seems to be a good thing. Sony pulls leaked footage of PS5's Helldivers 2. Dude, we just talked about Helldivers yesterday. This is kind of funny. It's got some Sammy over Push Square. So the original article went like this. Things we didn't expect to see today. 10 seconds from a purported Helldivers 2 trailer, seemingly confirming that the game is in development for PS5 under the PlayStation Studios umbrella. The footage appears to depict an unfinished trailer, which is currently being edited. We contacted the source for clarification about the origins of the clip. Here's the update. Well, that didn't last long. The original Helldivers 2 clip has been removed from Twitter following a response from a copyright holder. Of course, this effectively confirms that the video is real, as no company will be losing sleep over a fake. So there you go.
Well,
Scott,
that's true. Yeah, they would have just come out and said, no, that is absolutely not correct. Immediately, I go to The Last of Us Part 2. 10 seconds of a clip is really all you needed for that leak, and ooh, that was rough.
Dude, that was a bad one. I can't believe that was.
I remember seeing that, dude? And I wasn't even a fan, and I went, "Holy, Drew, stay off the internet."
Yeah, I appreciated that. Absolutely. So yeah, Helldivers 2 effectively in the works. Cool. We'll see what happens. Who knows when it's coming. And let's get into another quick. We got to do this real fast, Scott. Ready? High on Life. Delayed to December 13th, just to let you know. I want everybody to be aware of that. Coming to Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, Windows, day one on Game Pass. So there you go. That one's been delayed, unfortunately. That's how it goes. Scott, we do have a game announcement today, though. What is it, buddy?
We have a very heavy-hitting game announcement for myself. Death Stranding is coming to Game Pass on PC.
Yes.
Global publisher 505 Games, in partnership with Kojima Productions, announced the upcoming arrival of Death Stranding on Game Pass for PC. The original version of Hideo Kojima's critically acclaimed and genre-defying epic lands on the Microsoft ecosystem for the first time, available to audiences of PC Game Pass on August 23rd.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my next point. I'm going to require a week off.
Dude, the game will put you to sleep. Don't worry. You'll be back sooner than that.
We'll see how it goes.
I'm so curious as your actual feedback. I cannot wait for you to jump in because you and I are always on the same page typically with Metal Gear and a lot of our games that we play. But for this one,
I hope
so
to
divisive.
dial up the horror a little bit in sections, but I'll be sure to let you know.
It's man, I'm telling you, it's weird. I'm warning you right now, it is weird. So definitely anxious. Take note though, it is PC Game Pass only, not Xbox. Right?
Yeah.
That's something to be aware of. So just let you know, if you have the ultimate package for Xbox Game Pass, then you can get it for PC. So check that one out. Scott, we do have a couple
wondering
games
if there's going to be achievements.
Of course it will.
I'll play it with an Xbox controller as well through the PC. Just because I can.
Yep.
We do have some game releases today, though. That is The Bonfire Forsaken Lands. Lands on Mac, PC, Xbox One, Series X and S. NFL Madden 23 comes to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS. And Cloudpunk releases on PS5 today.
Cloudpunk was one I was looking forward to. Nate and I played it, and I found it kind of dry. It was really... I thought it cool art style, cool aesthetic. I love the cyberpunk kind of feel of it all.
Kind of,
yeah. So the game is technically 2 years old, but it had a bit of a drag to get going through. But it's one of those things, Scott. But that will wrap up this week's episode of Inside the Game ITG Daily. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been another week. So You can always join us live over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca, podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until next week, everybody, I'm Drew. That's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.